let's get some predictions real quick because, Mark, I know you got to jump out of here. We'll start with you, Mark. What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
I'm predicting Texas 2 out of 3. I do think A&M is going to show up, and they're going to be very competitive this weekend. And, going back to the comment that you were making, I do believe there is a line between being too hyped up, but being appropriately hyped up. Guys, we've seen some recent series in Austin that Texas wanted to win. Into the series against TCU and Schlossnagle a couple years ago as an example, where our team was fired up from the first pitch, and you could just tell they wanted it more. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? I'm not expecting Texas to be pressing or trying too hard or anything like that, but I think there's going to be emotion just overflowing from both dugouts. And I'd be surprised if we saw anything less than that. But I do think it's going to be Texas 2 out of 3. I'm going to be really nervous about Friday. I think this is going to be one of those series where the team that wins game 1 is going to win the series. In my opinion, I think it's going to be very hard for either of these teams to drop the first game and then win Saturday and Sunday in a charged up environment. So hoping that Ruger comes out, has his good stuff, that we're able to bring in Valancis to close that out. And just really excited about the weekend.
All right, Zach, what do you got?
So I'm going to be a very popular person. And I honestly think Texas drops the series this weekend. I like the Spencer versus Prager matchup a lot more. A&M's hot right now. They've got the bats going. And Texas pitching has shown that they can silence the bats, right? They did it against Georgia. They did it against a number of other teams where they're holding them to less than their normal output. But, they're going to be fired up. They're going to want to play hard. And it's not always about them playing hard, but sometimes that extra little bit of motivation just gives them a little bit more edge competitively. Not that because you're right. In baseball, trying harder does not necessarily mean you're going to have success for sure. But sometimes it does give you a little bit extra edge, especially if, it goes to a bullpen type situation. So the thing that gives me pause is that Texas has A, not lost a series this season, and B, it's at Dish. And I think that all plays really well into Texas having the chance to win. So, it would not surprise me in the very least if Texas won this series, but just how hot A&M is right now, and when you have the combination of pitching and hitting, they've already beat number 2 Arkansas in Fayetteville, and they beat number 1 Tennessee in Knoxville. So can they make it 3 for 3? Maybe, but
all right. So Zach's saying the Aggies get it done this weekend. I
want to make a point. I want to make a point, Sean. Zach is 0-2 picking against Texas this year. So
he is.
Put that on the record. I think he also picked Mississippi State and LSU to beat us.
And third time's a charm. So. And don't beat up Zach. He's just saying what he thinks. Let us beat up Zach. So, man, to me, everything you said is true, Zach. They've got good pitching. They just didn't have offense. The offense has come along, and man, has it come along. To me, though, I think what's going to get A&M this weekend is the fact that they've got so much pent-up emotion, and just they have like much more things to distract them about this series than Texas does. They're the ones that got left by their coach. They're the ones that are quote unquote little brother. They're all those things. And I think they're going to bring that in, and it's going to be some baggage for them. And I think we're going to see A&M press a little bit. I think we're going to see, of the two teams, I think A&M will be the team that looks less like themselves. This Texas team has been businesslike in every single series this entire season. It's just another game. It's just another at bat. It's just another play. It's just another pitch. I think we'll continue to see that. I do think A&M takes a game. I think they're really talented. They're good and they're hot right now. So if Texas is able to pour some ice cold water on that, that'll just be more ammo for this Texas team in terms of their resume and what they've been able to do. But I'm going to take Texas 2 out of 3, just like Mark. I'm going to go with Mark on that. I just think the emotional side of this is going to get to them. I think it's going to cause them to just step outside of themselves a little bit, and we're not going to see great baseball like we have been seeing out of A&M these last few weeks.